I checked out 12 coffee shops on this 1-mile stretch of Sunset Boulevard in LA. And found that 8 of them have the same type of espresso machine. There's one, there's another one, and here's one more. This is a La Marzocco. They can be spotted in specialty coffee shops around the world. But here's what's strange. 30 years ago, almost every single La Marzocco in America was inside of a Starbucks. Starting in 1990, La Marzocco was the espresso machine that powered the coffee empire. For over a decade, its Linea Classic machine was behind nearly every counter in every store, whipping up lattes and cappuccinos, until Starbucks ripped them out of almost all of their 8,500 stores, opting for this machine instead. Why? We'll get there. For a small family-run company that had been hand-making espresso machines since 1927, losing Starbucks wasn't just losing a customer, it was losing almost the entire American market. So how did a brand that Starbucks cut out not only survive, but end up in almost every coffee shop I walk into? To find out, I went behind the bar at coffee shops in LA. Someone just ordered this and now I'm making the drink, and took a closer look inside these machines with an entrepreneur who built his business on restoring them.
I mean, I've seen machines with 2 million shots on them.
I even spoke to the entrepreneur who introduced Starbucks to La Marzocco almost 40 years ago.
I knew nothing, or less than nothing, and that I wasn't an overnight success.
It's been a journey, but I think I finally understand how this espresso machine quietly won over the world, despite falling out with the coffee industry's biggest player.
If you look here, there's all different types of fittings that need to be tightened, that can be loose. We just want to make sure that they're perfect, so the customer's happy.
This is just one of several La Marzocco machines that Aaron Saluzio and his team are currently refurbishing at the Coffee Machine Depot in LA. He sells all types of espresso machines, both used and new, to coffee entrepreneurs all over the country. But the best-selling brand by far, he says, is La Marzocco.
This particular machine has had a full powder coat, fully refurbished and completely polished, so it's almost like brand new. Every day, it'd be 1 in every 4 machines we sell would be a La Marzocco machine. Now, some days we do sell 7 to 10 machines of La Marzoccos. Now, that includes home machines, that includes refurbished machines, and that includes brand new La Marzocco machines for commercial applications.
All of those machines were handmade here, in a factory just outside of Florence, Italy, where La Marzocco has been honing their craft for nearly 100 years. The very first espresso machines from the turn of the century were generally built with a vertical boiler that looked like this. The vertical body didn't see much change over 50 years, until 2 Italian brothers introduced the world to the horizontal boiler in 1939. Those brothers were Giuseppe and Bruno Bambi, the founders of La Marzocco. At its core, espresso is simply forcing hot water through finely ground coffee using pressure. But maintaining a consistent temperature throughout that brewing process is what separates a decent shot from a great one. And a big part of that heat equation is steam.
If the water, which sits in 3/4 of the boiler, was to steam, there's more real estate up top for the steam to happen. Versus if we were to get this boiler and stand it up, there's less real estate, so the steam doesn't work so well. So by putting a heating element straight down the guts of that boiler, we get more steam.
That's why laying the boiler horizontally changed everything. But here's the other thing about steam. It's also used to heat milk. And having only one boiler to do both creates fluctuations in temperature because it borrows heat from the same system. So in 1970, La Marzocco revolutionized the industry again, with its invention of the dual boiler system that separated brewing and steaming to enable greater temperature control.
So there's one boiler for the steam and the hot water, and then there's another boiler here. So it's one boiler for the coffee, and you can see the group head is attached to that boiler. So the saturation effect is this: the water is always in the group head. So no matter what, when you're making your shot, it's the same water. It just keeps circulating inside this boiler. So it's why La Marzoccos make the best coffee, because the temperature is very, very stable.
The first La Marzocco model to implement the new system was this 1970 GS. And that's the model that caught the attention of Starbucks. But today, if you order any espresso-based drink from Starbucks, chances are it was pulled using this espresso machine. This is the Mastrena. Well, actually, this is the Mastrena 2, which debuted in 2019. This is the original Mastrena, the one that debuted in 2008. It was custom built for Starbucks by a Swiss coffee machine manufacturer. And next year, Starbucks will debut the Mastrena 3. What's important for this story is that these machines are what you would call in the espresso world super automatic, which means that they can pull shots and steam milk at the touch of a button, versus a traditional machine like La Marzocco's that take a more manual approach to grinding, weighing, steaming, etc. So these super automatic machines were a big reason Starbucks got fast enough at making cappuccinos and lattes to become the international powerhouse it is today. It's also why the Mastrena eventually replaced the La Marzocco. But this is where most founders get it wrong. They think being replaced is the end when it's actually the moment to pivot into a higher value category. We built a playbook on this exact phenomenon called the Product Disruption Playbook. It breaks down how brands like Apple and Netflix didn't just survive being outshined, they purposely disrupted their own bestsellers to build something better. Whether you're fighting a faster competitor or you're interested in why some products win while others get replaced, this is your cheat sheet. It's free at the link below. Grab it so you have the framework ready for your own Starbucks moment. Because for La Marzocco, losing Starbucks wasn't a funeral. Instead, it created a huge opportunity for the company. To understand how this all unfolded, I had to consult the entrepreneur who made that partnership happen in the first place by bringing La Marzocco to the US almost 50 years ago.
We saw a future. I don't think we had an idea how big that future would be, but we didn't need it to be so big.
In 1978, Kent Bocchi traveled to Florence, Italy, where he met with Piero Bambi, the son of Giuseppe Bambi, who had taken over running La Marzocco. With the family's blessing, Kent started importing machines to the US.
I mean, we would sell maybe 1 or 2 machines a month. It wasn't very busy, but it was, that's how it started.
Now, this was during the second wave of coffee, when specialty espresso-based drinks were gaining popularity in America and around the world thanks to an admiration for Italian coffee culture. One of those admirers was Howard Schultz, the then CEO of Starbucks, who was introduced to La Marzocco in the 80s by Kent.
Their model was to have takeaway. And back then, the biggest cup was maybe 10 ounces, but the standard Italian machines were designed around ceramic cups. So we were able to modify the La Marzocco machine in a way that gave them an extra inch or more so they could actually brew the shot straight into the to-go cup.
In 1994, Kent built a second factory in Seattle to manufacture machines exclusively for Starbucks, after he acquired a 90% stake in La Marzocco.
I think our peak year was about 750 machines. And so over the course of 10 years, we produced close to 5,000 machines.
The La Marzocco model Starbucks used in nearly all of its shops was the Linea Classic, a traditional espresso machine designed by Piero Bambi. So this is essentially what the Lineas that were in Starbucks in the 90s looked like.
Correct, except most of them were 4 group, and they did not have the hot water tap. They took that out so people wouldn't burn themselves.
This is a semi-automatic machine?
Well, we actually call it auto-volumetric. We can make the coffee, we can put it in here, put the drink there, push the button, and literally walk away, go take some money, serve some pastries, come back, and we know the shot's finished.
With La Marzocco as a key partner, Starbucks grew its store count from 425 to 8,500 in just 10 years. But that enormous growth spelled out even bigger changes at Starbucks. With more locations, more drinks on its menu, more baristas to train, and millions more impatient customers, Starbucks needed a new kind of espresso machine.
We always knew that at some point they would be probably forced to go to automation. It was sort of inevitable. And they came up with that plan to start integrating super automatic machines into their system. That
plan involved replacing the Linea Classics with the Verismo 801, a super automatic machine made by the same Swiss company that manufactures the Mastrena. According to Kent, Starbucks removed close to 5,000 La Marzocco machines from its stores between 2004 and 2005. Most of them, La Marzocco bought back for parts to keep the business going. But before La Marzocco could negotiate a deal with Starbucks to buy its machines back, Kent estimates as many as 1,000 ended up being resold on the secondhand marketplace. And while I can't say exactly who bought them up, It was at that exact same moment that specialty coffee shops in need of new equipment started popping up around the world. And thanks to a decade inside of Starbucks, La Marzocco had become instantly recognizable among coffee patrons who started moving away from frappuccinos in favor of drinks that required precision and a human touch. We are still riding that third wave of specialty coffee today, which is why Aaron says even after 9 years in business, so many customers still come in asking for the Ferrari of espresso machines. And that's probably why I keep seeing them all over LA.
For us and for me especially, it's like Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's like vintage Ferrari. So I start with La Marzocco and I will die with La Marzocco.
This coffee shop on Melrose uses a fully refurbished Linea Classic machine from 2013. And today, I'm in the driver's seat.
Okay, you want to do espresso for customer? Okay, let's go. Just go ahead, take it, pull it out. Just
No.
Yep. Here you go, a couple times.
Okay. Nice. I'm making a real drink for a customer right now.
Fully. Here you go.
Beautiful. Thank you.
It's yours? Sorry about that.
And if that wasn't enough of a crash course, I drove across town to pull more shots on a La Marzocco model called the Strata. All right, so here's the portafilter. It's all tamped down.
Yeah.
And
those guys, these two guys, the little wings are just gonna rest
meet
right
this
there.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna love it. Boom and up.
Wow.
It's very just like it's very fluid, more so than I feel like most other machines that I've worked with.
Yeah. So it's like very intuitive.
Very intuitive.
And it's kind of, it sounds like it's almost like making you as a barista.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's making me look good for sure. Yeah.
Next year, La Marzocco will officially celebrate 100 years of hand-making its machines in Italy. To this day, it still has never produced one that's super automatic, even though Kent says the company considered it, but not for the sake of saving its partnership with Starbucks. In fact, I came across reports that Starbucks did ask La Marzocco to create a super automatic machine before it ditched its Lineas in favor of the Verismo 801. Piero Bambi allegedly said no.
It could have been true because, I mean, Piero would have said that. I don't have anything against super automatic machines, and they fit a place in the market that maybe you could never do with a traditional machine. I personally like people. I don't want to interface with a robot. People like to drink coffee, and they like to drink coffee together, and I love that.
I could honestly talk about and drink coffee and espresso all day long. So pour yourself another cup and check out my video on why this instant coffee is so popular. And don't forget, download our product disruption playbook to learn how some of the biggest brands turned moments of product weakness into high value pivots. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Okay, I'm very excited. Oh, it smells amazing.
Right?
Oh, it smells so good. I need this.
Yeah.
I need this right now.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Right?